Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video just on the Golf R Mark 8. I recently showed a video yesterday of it essentially being tested at the Nurburgring. I just wanted to go through a couple of features that I've noticed since then, specifically going through 3 of those images, so I'll get straight into the video. So first of all, thanks so much for the likes and subscriptions and always, and yeah, if you haven't seen my sort of overall video of kind of all the pictures and the images that came through, please check it out on the link above, and thanks so much for the support on there. So thanks as always, and yeah, please subscribe for plenty more content on it as we hear it. You'll certainly hear it here first. So yeah, I wanted to get straight into this because I had quite a few comments as well from the back of yesterday's video. We're on the 16th of April now. The information we got was on the 15th. And a few of my subscribers sort of mentioned that they think that this is a bit more of a performance version, or, I mean, potentially a Golf R Plus has been sort of rumoured before, or just some sort of enhanced version. Think of like an A45S or, you know, that kind of thing. Just and as if you needed any more, you get more, basically. So yeah, I wanted to go through a couple of, well, 3 of the images actually that I noticed a few things on after kind of looking back on it. And yeah, I'll get straight into it. So yeah, this is the first image that I just wanted to talk about. And the first thing is actually is straight about that spoiler. Because on all of sort of like the prototype testing and other pictures that I've seen, I've never seen it with that. Now that to me looks like some sort of an add-on really. Because if you take, you can almost see the... almost the other spoiler sort of just tucked in behind it. So my feeling is, as a lot of you guys have suggested as well, that this is actually not the standard Golf R. This is, you know, potentially a step up, which is again is really, really cool. And with the size of that spoiler, that would kind of suggest it is. The other thing on this picture is around the blue brake calipers. Now, I don't think on a standard Golf R it's going to have blue brake calipers. I think it's going to have just the standard sort of black or grey or whatever. That's what I personally think, which again could push towards this one being a little bit more special than a standard Golf R. The only thing that is a little bit confusing is normally when they do sort of like a little bit of enhancements, they tend to like improve the brakes. They tend to give it like drilled disc brakes similar to like the Club Sport S. They kind of transfer that into the Golf R. These just look like kind of the standard brakes. I don't see any sort of drilled holes or anything in there, so that doesn't look like it's changed at all. But yeah, I wanted to talk about those little stats from this image. The next image, which I hadn't noticed before either, first of all, you can kind of notice if you can look carefully, just in the shadow, it almost looks like it's got a roll cage in the back of there, which again is a little bit strange. Maybe it's just part of the testing process, I don't know, that could just be me, but I can certainly see something there. But actually the bonnet or the hood or whatever you want to call it, you can see those grooves, which I hadn't noticed before. And actually, one thing that with my Mark 7 Golf R is the fact that the bonnet is actually pretty much exactly the same as your, you know, your 1.5 TDI diesel. If you've got the same colour, it's basically the exact same. This looks like it's a little bit special actually, and I really like it. It kind of looks a little bit more like snorty, a little bit more muscular. Something that I didn't actually notice before doing yesterday's video. So I think that's quite cool. I doubt that's sort of like an add-on to the Golf R because it just wouldn't make sense on costs. I just think that's part of what's going to be on the standard Golf R, or certainly something that they're testing. The final picture that I wanted to go through, and you can see it more in the sunlight here, is the seats. They look good just from that because you've got the light on it. They look quite bolstered. They also look like they've got a bit of a blue insert in there. Again, it could be bits of the reflection, but I would love a little bit of colour in that interior. Yeah, VWs are great, they're sensible, and you know, they're very clean, they're, you know, very well made. A little bit of colour would certainly brighten things up. Yeah, I've done countless journeys in my Golf R, and sometimes just a little bit of colour makes all the difference. And stuff like the blue dials in mine and the blue sort of lighting on my Mark 7 really does. If it had sort of like blue inserts on the seats, I just think that's quite cool. Lots of other manufacturers have done it with kind of great success, and you know, you need a little bit of colour in your life, so that's quite cool. And again, that does potentially possibly hint on a sort of like a higher model rather than a standard Golf R. So yeah, that's it. Just a quick sort of 5-6 minute video on that. Just something I was looking over. You know, I checked it over this morning before I started working. I actually record these videos in my lunch as well for for reference. Yeah, and I think it's really cool, and I'm really excited to kind of see more about this car. I think it's going to be great, and I'm glad a lot of the kind of responses actually, I think it's kind of getting a lot more positive feedback in terms of the car now, and that just that's just what happens. It just takes a bit of time to be tested. But yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, I'm kind of with a lot of my subscribers here who think that this is potentially a more performance orientated model of the Golf R. It'd be cool if it was. I'm surprised that they're doing it, if I'm honest, but they've obviously clearly found a market. And I've also seen that they've been doing testing on, like, obviously I mentioned before that they're doing the Touareg R, but they're also doing testing on the Tiguan R as well. So they're really sort of expanding their R range. They see that has clearly potentially got sales in it. The best R out of them all is always going to be the Golf R, so really looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Thanks so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more updates on the Mk8 Golf R. As long as updates on my Mk7 Golf R, I've got plenty of videos in the back catalogue. Do a bit of fast forward content, do a bit of Porsche content as well. Yeah, a bit of an automotive channel, and a bit of a community channel as well. So please get involved in the comments. Let me know your feedback on this car. And yeah, really interested to know. Really interested to see what the future holds. But thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.